Welcome to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social, where we help you stay ahead of social media trends, share the latest news, and highlight the strategies that are working to help you grow your business. Now let's join our hosts, Tristan and Jeff, in 3, 2, 1.
By now, you certainly know that Instagram is a social media platform that is arguably the most important platform to establish your brand and business as we head into the future. Understanding that growing a following is simply what the world tells you is important, but in actuality is purely vanity with very little results. And that's why we have come to really appreciate and endorse Michelle Berman with the Instagram Power Method, who teaches you how to actually connect with ideal clients and attract them to you without having to sell. Michelle comes from a place of practicing what she preaches, as she has built her business 100% through organic Instagram leads. Everything is rooted in sales psychology and conversation based on tapping into the brains of your ideal client. Vanity metrics are for, well, vanity. Go connect with Michelle today. Check out powermethodmasterclass.com. That's powermethodmasterclass.com, and be prepared to change your business's life.
Twitter, let's talk Elon Musk. Is Twitter just blowing up on itself? Jeff, what the hell's happening? Do you like it? Is it fun? Is it trashy? What do you think of when you think of Twitter?
All I know is that I have probably never received more DMs from people talking about Twitter than any other social media platform in the history of my lifespan of doing what I'm doing now. And I have received a lot of message about TikTok over the years, but never have I received so many messages recently about Twitter. And so love it or hate it. And by the way, it's about 50-50. Love it or hate it, you're all talking about it. And that is the name of the game. And so I think, Tristan, Elon is on to something. I'm just not sure what yet.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I talked to Derral Eves just a couple of hours ago. He's the, I guess you'd call him like the godfather of YouTube. He's the one that mentors Mr. Beast and everyone else. He actually
Vid Summit.
Yeah, you got it. That's the dude. He consults Google on YouTube. That's how crazy this is. And they created YouTube. He said that, was crazy to me. He said that China is 4 to 5 years ahead of everyone else when it comes to video and social media. And that was shocking to me. And I was like, whoa, wait a second. What do you mean? He's like, well, TikTok originally hired him, not me, to come down to Singapore and consult on what this all looks like. He says they revealed the algorithm to him. They showed it how it all works. And at that time, they were ahead of everything else he had seen. And I was like, dude, that's kind of nuts. I would have never thought that, Jeff. Have you?
What year was this?
This was 2017, 18, around there.
Wow.
Around there. But
I mean, it makes sense because TikTok is ahead.
And look, that's why I'm bringing this up, because it goes back to Twitter. Jeff and I love following Elon. Whether you hate him or not, that doesn't matter, because to us, it's just fun and we learn a lot, right? And the guy's nuts, and he's also a genius. But when we look at stuff like this, right, which, let me see if I can position this. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit. There it is. This is the board that the Twitter team was working on. It's on Twitter. It's not like Jeff or I were in the room, which would have been cool. But you could see here on the left where the whole journey starts. And if you take time to look through this, you understand what they're working on to make the Twitter algorithm better. In essence, they're going to take what we've seen out there with YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, the things that have worked, and even Clubhouse, and the subscriptions that we've seen through newsletters. They're going to take what's worked and they're going to bring it to Twitter. So the thing that people are missing is the inability for us as people that are watching in and seeing all of this crazy stuff happen, the inability for us to wait to see what's actually being worked on. And I think that's just a regular human thing, dude. We criticize everything we see. We say, hey, oh, this guy's crazy. Look what he's doing. He did a poll to bring Trump back. But at the end of the day, it's engaging, right? It's crazy,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's engaging.
I mean, I think we're, I think people are getting their panties in a bunch a little bit too much about the controversial things that he's doing, like laying people off and just kind of coming in guns a blazing. I think you look at him and say he's just a rich asshole, but I think you're forgetting that he is the founder of Tesla, like the most innovative automobile to ever be created. And if he's capable of that, what else is he capable of? And I don't know. I literally was having this conversation with another real estate agent last night who's very anti Elon. There was actually two at the same time. One was like, I love it. And the other one was like, I hate that son of a gun. And I told him, I said, mark my words, I predict that Twitter will get better.
Oh,
I think Elon will come. He's going to come out of this. I think there might be some intentionality and there might be some non-intentionality where he's being controversial. Part of it intentional and part of it not. But I think the intentional part is that he knows he has to be that because he knows we'll quickly forget about it when he turns around and all of a sudden starts creating some positive news.
yeah.
Because Elon's never really been controversial. He's just kind of wacky. He's just off the wall.
Yeah, he's a little wacky, right? But
Yeah,
it's
but he's
funny
not
to
like
see.
Trump controversial. He's just wacky
No.
controversial, I
Yeah,
guess.
I agree, man. I agree. And look, I want to showcase one article. It's by this. We typically go to social media today, or we go to ours, Drunk on Social, which is being redone, by the way. So you can take a look at drunkonsocial.com. 5 Twitter updates that Elon Musk should consider to maximize revenue at the app. And all of these are along the lines of what they're already going to be doing. One of them is business subscriptions, which we have seen that they're talking about. Next one, I won't go deep into these. The other one is audience segmentation and access. And we're already seeing that happen just based on that graph, on that picture that I showed you previously. And audience segmentation is pretty deep because as the algorithm gets better, right, then the algorithm will be able to identify quicker which things you post will gather a lot more love around it. And I love that. And this is why we need to pay attention to Twitter for our business. Because what's going to happen again, Jeff? You're going to have all these people that hate Twitter and they'll be like, oh, Twitter's so stupid. It's going down the toilet. Everyone's leaving. And then a year from now, they'll be like, shit, I wish I was on Twitter a year ago to understand all the little nuances that are changing so that I could have all of these followers again. That's same thing. Same story as TikTok. Isn't that crazy?
That's that for everybody who hates or has an anti-Musk, anti-Twitter sentiment right now. My guess is you probably had an anti-sentiment towards TikTok back in 2019. And I want you to just stop for a second, look in the mirror and think about that. If that's true, then you might want to rethink or just don't bother and come back a year or two from now and say, damn it, they were right again.
Yeah.
Whichever you choose. But here's what I'll tell you all. Anybody listening to this, you have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose by paying
Yeah.
attention. You have nothing to lose by potentially embracing just in case something does happen. Because here's my advice for Twitter, which they don't give a rat's ass about what I have to say. But I think they should stay in their lane, evolve it. I hear talk about how they're going to become more TikTok like. I don't think that's a good move for them. I think people love Twitter because Twitter is so different. And I think they need to stay outside that lane and just think about how they can innovate in that there. Cause they're in an arena of one. And so I think they would be smart.
Yeah.
Elon would be smart to stay out there.
I agree, man. I agree. And look, I think along those lines, this article suggests that they should make spaces and live streams Twitter Blue only features. That could happen, right? Because we're already charged with Twitter Blue anyway. And then I think along your lines, the creator profiles, right, making them more robust so that more creators come in and then they get paid more. and then build revenue platforms or pathways via partner subscriptions. So I think that allows bigger companies to come back and say, well, you know what, I want to work with Twitter again. But Twitter isn't any different than Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, because TikTok gets a lot of hate because they're Chinese. Facebook gets a lot of hate because people think Mark Zuckerberg's a robot. Twitter's now getting a lot of hate because Elon Musk is a weird dude. So it's one thing or another. Pick the one you're not gonna like and just jump in and stop bitching, because you're either gonna use this as a business or you're not. And I think most of us want to use this as a business. So get on it and get going.
I think people listening to this are probably loyal followers of ours. And I think one of the questions somebody might have is, well, what are you guys going to do? And I'll answer it and then let you finish by answering with yours and wrap it up. And my answer is, it's probably not going to change anything for me. I still pay attention. I pay attention passively. I still post. I post passively. I don't think that's going to change. I just think that I want to stay dialed in just in case something grabs attention like a TikTok did, because I want to be on the forefront of it if it does, so I can jump in quickly. And so for those of you that might be in the same arena, just multi-post, just spread your post out don't create anything new for Twitter. Just post over to Twitter and just stay passively and engaged. Tristan, what about you?
I'm going to engage a lot more, because I realize that Twitter, like everything else, Twitter rewards you when you engage, because then it brings those people that you engaged with to wonder, hey, what is Tristan up to? So my goal is just to start with deeper engagement with a lot of the people that are already there following me. There you go, man. I like it. All right, Jeff.
Love it.
Good hat. I love your hat. Go visit drunkonsocial.com as we're rebuilding that one. You'll love it. Good jersey, Jeff. U.S. tied with Wales. If you recorded it,
I don't want to talk about
it for you. So watch the World Cup, everybody. Watch the World Cup.
Oh, it was delightful and went by too fast.
Mine too. I chilled home, watched Wakanda Forever in the theater, and I jumped on Twitter and I'm following Elon Musk, and I find this amazing slide deck that shows us what Twitter 2.0 is heading towards. I'm excited, dude. What are your thoughts on what's happening with Twitter?
I stand by what I've been saying, which is I think he knows what he's doing. I think we don't. I think we're underestimating, and a lot of people. In fact, I was reading something over the weekend or last week about how it was a stock prognosticator who is predicting not only Twitter will fall, but so will Tesla. I thought that was
Interesting. Well, I got some numbers for you according to some stats from Elon Musk's social media from Twitter. So let me just show you. We've got new user signups at an all-time high, and says averaging over 2 million per day in the last 7 days. And this is as of a couple of days ago. But you can see here from July 1st, 2014 to November 16th, 2022. Yeah, definitely much, much higher. Next, user active minutes also at an all-time high. I mean, I can tell you personally, I never had gone to Twitter before Elon Musk took it over. I was like, what's Twitter? Right? And now I'm on Twitter like daily, just so I could see what's going on, which is cool. I mean, you only go to Twitter when you post things.
Yeah, and I tend to poke around when I'm there because Elon does crack me up. He's one of the people that I follow, and I do find him entertaining.
He's a funny guy.
But I'm also watching for other reasons, because I want to make sure that for obvious reasons, I want to make sure that I'm there if something happens. But also, he's been a little questionable. He's made some questionable moves, and so I want to make sure that I'm not supporting somebody who is a dick,
who's completely off the rails.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I don't know that he's there yet. Let me zoom into this one. All right, we've got another one that says what is this? MDAU, and I think that's daily active users.
Yeah,
passes 250 million.
No, monetizable daily active users.
Oh, I like that. All right, thank you for that. Oh, there it is, global monetization. Yeah, so that's a steady incline there. I like that graph. Now we go down. Hate speech. I'm so happy that he put that in there, right? Because there's a lot of talk just about this, and look at that.
Well, that brings up a good point, though, and I think that if you're watching the news, and like I get alerts from CNN and from these different reporting agencies, everybody is jumping on this guy for all of the negative things he's doing, but nobody's bringing up things like, for example, I stumbled upon an article that pointed out that all these people that he quote unquote laid off, he gave them more severance than he had to. And so it's like nobody's putting out the positive media. They're just bashing this guy. And it just goes back to like, you can't judge a book by its cover. Like you can't just look at one article and assume it's accurate anymore. You have to look a little bit deeper, or just know on the surface, people have vendettas against people, and you can't take the news for what it is all the time.
We don't have all the details, man. We don't have all the details. And look at this one. Reported impersonation spiked and then fell. I love this one because what we noticed is a lot of accounts were deactivated because they were fake. So you had a lot of bigger companies drop in followers for like a straight month. And then all of a sudden now it's starting to pick back up with actual real followers. So I love this graph alone for that reason. It just shows you, right? November 11th, impersonation spiked again in wake of the new Blue launch, which was funny. I mean, you saw some of those memes, right? Which were hilarious. But other than that, I think that was good. And then let me just share with you some things that really were eye-opening for you and me, which is important for you to listen to as far as social media. Here is what he's calling this. Let me zoom into this one. It's called Twitter 2.0, the everything app, right? Everything. You know what it reminds me of? Hold on. I didn't know that. It reminds me of the company that switched from, this is real estate. What was that company that switched and became Anywhere? Did they become Anywhere? It's just reminded me of that. Anyway. All right. Twitter.
Good talk.
Good talk with myself. Here we go. Advertising as entertainment, right?
Yes.
I like this because it goes along well with what TikTok is. And if you look at where most people get their news, it's still Facebook. And I don't know about you, but I would rather be going to social media to be a combination of entertainment, whether it's maybe shopping, some news, a combination of everything. And I think that's what TikTok has done so well. It's bringing people together through storytelling, connecting, and that's what Facebook has failed in over the last few years. What do you think, man?
I mean, just in general, advertising as an entertainment is really important for anybody listening to this, and pay attention to this. And I just saw a comment recently on somebody on, I think it was TikTok, but it was about TikTok. I don't know where I saw it, but the comment was this is a real estate agent, and the commenter said something to the effect of, if you're so successful in real estate, why do you have to be wasting your time or doing those stupid things on TikTok? Something to that effect, right? And I giggled to myself because my immediate thought was, this guy or gal is clearly an idiot and has no idea what marketing looks like as we head into the new world. But this line, advertising as entertainment, listen, again, if you're an old school agent and you have a very successful business and you've done it a certain way and you've always done it well, that's fine. Don't change that. But most don't. And so if you don't embrace this statement and you don't adjust your business plan going into the future, like the now future, you will die on the vine. And so understand this, and there's a lot more to it than you and I are just going to talk about today, but figure it out. It's you know what it is, Tristan. It's the trending videos. It's the what do you call them? The I'm having a brain fart right now, but
Well, it goes back
the
to
lip sync videos.
yeah, but it
It's
also
that kind
goes
of
back to
stuff.
what we're seeing here. Look what it says. HBO Max. This is, are you a Targaryen, Valerian, or Hightower? Now, Jeff, what are you? Are you a Targaryen, Valerian, or Hightower? You don't watch
I have
the.
no idea what any of
Yeah,
that
you know
means.
what?
I have no idea what that means.
I stopped being friends with you right now.
I
But
don't
look,
know.
there's also the video aspect of this, which is important because they understand how important video is, right? Now that TikTok's
Yeah.
taking over. I love how they're just going all in and saying, hey, you know what? We've done it like this before, but it's okay. We're going to be this. Now we're going to be more inclusive of everything that's working, which I love, man, because social
Well,
media changes so constantly.
yeah, and I don't think there's I think there's no irony in the fact that the first one is advertising as entertainment, and the second is video. Like, pay attention. Hello, like, first it's you got to be more entertaining. Second, it's you got to be doing video.
Yeah. Next, encrypted DMs. I love that. We don't use it as much, but we do communicate with a lot of people on here, and we definitely want it to be encrypted because they're private conversations with companies and coaching clients and so forth. But here, long form tweets. I like this, man. It goes along with the whole idea of blogging, which can go deeper into subscriptions, which I think will grow in the future. But I love long form tweets. That's one thing that Elon was really adamant about, extending the amount of characters we could have on a tweet. Relaunch
2,500 words.
Blue
2,500 words, by the way.
Yeah. Ooh, wait. Isn't that what TikTok expanded it to? 2,000 or something?
Well, that's what Twitter's allowing here. I mean,
Yeah.
it's interesting because I would say that's where Twitter is going to create differentiation from the other platforms.
I like
Is
that.
basically supporting blog posts. Is what they're saying.
Nice. Look, relaunch Blue Verified. Then it explains to you what it is there. And then the last one, which you can't see here, is just payments. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
So
But that's the whole. You want the blue check mark? Pay $8.
I'll pay $8. We've been through
That's all
this.
you got to do. $8 a month. $8 a month, and you can have a blue check mark.
I'll do it. Anyway, pay attention to Twitter. There's a lot of cool things happening there. I think a lot of people had written off Twitter and what it could do on social media for you. But I think it's coming back, dude. I think it's coming back.
Yeah. I think this outline is also very broad based, and it's good. It's important because I think a lot of you are probably listening. It's Twitter. I don't care. But this is applicable to every platform, and so it's important to pay attention to this, and it's important to understand it. And if you don't adjust your game, and you keep if you're not on social, you're dying. If you're on social and all you're doing is marketing your business, you're one of those agents that all you do is talk about real estate. You're going to die. And if you're one of those agents that's scared to death of the camera, you're going to die. So it's like, you're going to have to embrace this stuff.
Well,
I know those of you listening.
What if the long form Twitter gets me as a writer more involved because of it? I don't necessarily have to go on video.
I think that's great. I think you're obviously, it's like having a gun with you can have all these different, you can put all these bullets in it and you're only choosing to put one in it. That's basically what you're doing. But, hey, better than nothing, I suppose.
Okay, video man. All right.
Yeah. Coming from the guy who's on the camera all day long.
All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, Jeff.
So I had a conversation just in the last couple of days with someone through DMs on Instagram who we were talking about editing. He had originally chimed into a recent post that I had created on Instagram, where I've got several recently of video walkthroughs of listings or open houses or new construction. And it has become an increasingly hot topic, especially with the real estate industry. And the conversation led us down this path of, again, it started in the engagement of the videos. And you can go to my Instagram, I'll share with you and show what I'm talking about here. But it started with discussing these videos. And so here's what you're looking at my Instagram right now. And you can see this, there's one right here called Guess the Price. As you can see, 27 comments, 1,600 views. Here's another one, example of a short form listing that's got almost 1,000 views. Here's another one right here that had over 3,200 views. This one's got 1,200. And the conversation was really about video and shooting video and video editing. And I'm gonna play some of these videos as I'm talking here so you can kind of see what I mean. And that I highly recommend that every professional today acquires some version, some skill towards video editing. Most of you don't have it in your budget to hire a videographer to come out to every listing, nor is it even necessary. And so you as a real estate agent, as a real estate professional, as an industry, we now have, the world has evolved to where the world, the audience, the viewers on your social media have a higher expectation of your content. And for most of you, A, you're not even doing it, or B, you're putting out content that is just absolute garbage. You're showing up to a listing or your open house, and you're doing a traditional walkthrough, literally walking your audience through, and it takes 3 to 5 minutes, maybe longer, depending on the size of this house. I mean, you can see from this listing that I'm showing you that we're talking about a 10,000 square foot house. Every single listing or open house that you have, doesn't matter the quality of the house, it doesn't have to be an elaborate home like this, should have roughly 3 to 5 videos attached to it that you're creating, whether you have a videographer or not, which allow you the ability to create not only promotion for your business and your brand, but also allows you to potentially brand yourself and your skills. And so acquiring these skills is something that I believe everybody should have. The conversation with the gentleman that we were having in my DM led us back to me telling him about, or asking him about, if he's ever looked into the packages that we offer with Drunk on Social, where we can actually do video editing for brands. And it was an interesting conversation. So really, this is 2 parts, and there's 2 parts that I want to cover today. And I've already shared with you and showed you an example of what I'm talking about. So when I say you show up, you have an open house or you have a listing, you should have 3 to 5 videos for every single property that you have. The one video should be just a generic walkthrough, except not the kind of walkthrough where you literally take a camera, walk through a house, and just post. It requires you to speed up the fluffy areas of the video or cut them out. One of the two, either cut them out or speed them up. This is a very basic editing skill, to where that walkthrough video that might have been 3.5, 4, or 5 minutes is now cut down to 60 seconds, a minute and 20 seconds, whatever the case may be, 45 seconds. But it requires you to take and give your audience the highlight of this house, which is just walk in the door, speed up to the first room, pan the room, speed up to the next room, pan the room, speed up to the next room. You get the point. Or just literally cut out those sections, again, to condense this video. This is basic stuff. The second video should be the same walkthrough, except you're gonna need a buddy to go along with you, because what you want to do is do that same walkthrough, either a portion of the house or the same entire house, where you now are in every video. I'm going to be posting an example of this to my Instagram in the coming days that you're welcome to just follow along and watch, because that's what I do, is just share these as examples where you now are in every room. If the house is staged, it makes this a hell of a lot easier, because now, if they walk in and you're in the kitchen, I would have yourself sitting somewhere, pretending like you're drinking a cup of coffee. If it's a bathroom, you're in the bathtub, you're in the shower, you're wherever. But the point is now you're giving your audience the walkthrough while subliminally branding yourself. You're not having to go on camera and blabber on about real estate and basically spam your audience. You're just doing it in that subliminal way, which also is giving them the feels of what it's like to interact in that room within that house. That's what people want to see. It's telling a story without actually articulating the story through video. And then those are the first 2 videos. And then videos 3 through 5, it could be 1, it could be 3, it could even be more than that in certain houses. I would be focusing on a feature of the home. And so, for example, if the home has a brand new kitchen or a beautiful kitchen or beautiful appliances, do a short form video, anywhere from 7 to 25, 30 seconds, that just is a highlight feature a highlight reel of the feature of the house. It could be the bathroom. It could be a huge backyard. It could be a finished basement. It could be a really awesome master bedroom. It could be anything. It could be the fireplaces. Literally, there's no end to this. And the point is that not only are you creating content around the brand and the business that is you in real estate, but it's also creating shorter form content, which has a higher likelihood of going viral just based on the way the algorithm works, because it's based upon the time in which your viewer, your audience, views the video. So now you've got your long form videos sprinkled in with your short form videos. You've got an entire arsenal of posts for a week for just one house. And so it allows you to now be putting out that consistent content that is not salesy, that is not spammy, and allows your audience to also see the skill set that you have, which will attract buyers, because you're showing homes, and you're going to get people that reach out saying, I love that home. I'm really interested. Maybe it's not in my price range, but could you put me on a search? Happens all the time. Also, you're going to have sellers who are going to become used to seeing your consistent content and your higher quality content than the average agent's putting out there on your feed consistently. And guess what? People like to see their stuff in lights. And so when it comes to the time that it's time for them to sell their home, even though they might have loved the agent they worked with previously, if that agent doesn't have the skill set, that agent is not very innovative, guess who they're going to remember? The person that they're seeing every single day on their feeds within their social media. And they're going to want you to list their house just simply based upon the fact that you're going to put their home in lights. And so this is the first part of this message today that I want to share with you. And I know this is obviously in a short, condensed version, but this is something that I want you to start wrapping your head around. Whether you are a real estate professional, a loan officer, an insurance agent, no matter what you are, acquiring this skill will bring massive value to your business. And if you're in that one of those ancillary categories, mortgage, insurance, title, you can be using this as a tool to help your agents, because most of your agents will not acquire this skill. That's it. It's that simple. And I encourage you to just check out the videos that I will be posting, because this is probably going to become a consistent thing for me, because as I continue to do these workshops, I'm getting more and more agents with their hands up saying, can you do mine? Please do mine. And they want me to come out to their house and not only do it for them, but also show them how I execute it and how I do it. Because I'm telling you, I don't have a formal education in this. I am taught by teenagers and then self-taught through YouTube and business video school and those kind of platforms. The other part of this message is that this person that I was talking to, as we were talking about the packages that we offer within Drunk on Social, his reaction to me was, why didn't I know about this? And so what I wanted to share with you today is, and what we want to start putting out more to the world is letting the world know what we do offer. And so if you go to our Drunk on Social website, drunkonsocial.com, and you go to the top here and you click Hire Us, it's going to pull up a page that is going to show you a lot of the things that we can do for you. And you're welcome to kind of to read through all of this and consume all of this. But you can also just scroll all the way down here to where the actual packages are listed. And as you can see here, currently we've got 6 packages that we offer. And I'm just going to quickly review this and just give you the 30,000 foot view. And that is that for most of the people that we talk to, and this is how this was conceived, as we're teaching and coaching and talking about these various strategies that relate to social media, which all lean back to video, is that a lot of people just don't have either they don't feel like they have the time, or they don't feel like they have the desire, because it's definitely not time. It's more the desire to learn a skill set, to put in the effort to doing the proper editing that it requires for your content to get engagement on social. Because if you're doing it as an amateur, you're going to get amateur results. But if you do it like some of the best and you put yourself in that top 10% of quality, you're a hell of a lot more likely to not only gain engagement, but to gain the eyeball of potential buyers and potential sellers. And so we have packages that we've built based on the requests that have come from you all. And a lot of that is video editing. And so what we will do in some of these packages, and obviously, if you're interested in this, I encourage you to go check it out, schedule a call with us, because I don't have the time to go through this just on one of these daily shots, but is that we'll help coach you and identify your pillars of content. Then we'll help coach you on how to shoot your video based on the package that you're choosing. And then we will take your raw video, because it's got to be you, and we will edit that for you. Not only will we edit it and add captions and add music and add all the things that are going to make it the highest quality, the highest level of content, but we're also going to help you by optimizing it for the various platforms. So whether you're shooting for long form on YouTube or you're looking for short form for Instagram Reels and TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Facebook Reels, we're going to help optimize for that, as well as writing captions and hashtagging these posts. And so I just want to make sure, and I think as we go forward, Tristan and I need to do a better job of letting the world know what it is that we offer, because I think so many of you are paralyzed by the thought that you have to learn this skill, that you have to figure out how to do this yourself, and you don't. And we can do this for you. And we are more than happy and would be very excited to go along this journey with you, because obviously, as all of you know, we're passionate about this, and it has had an amazing impact on our careers, on our businesses. And so we want to just pass that along and to help so many of you do the exact same thing. So go check out drunkonsocial.com, click on the Hire Us tab, go peruse and consume that, and schedule a call with us. We'd love to help, because we want to help your video content, your branding content, your business content. We want to raise that bar in 2023 and beyond, so that you can position your business to attract, so that you can stop chasing and really stand out above most of your competition. Thanks for listening today.
Thanks for listening to Social Genius, brought to you by Drunk on Social. We are here to help you take your business to new levels through social media. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes, and come join us on our Drunk on Social Facebook page. And as always, make sure you leave us a great review on your favorite podcast app. Feedback and likes are very much appreciated.